True meaning of art.
Art is some kind of a self-realization.
How is creativity taught?
More hidden meanings, not so clear.
Can anyone learn to excel in the arts?
The Sibelius concerto for you, and you can be wanting to fall asleep, and someone else could light up the room and make you cry.
What makes an artist successful?
Creativity with absolutely no constraints is actually chaos.
Tonight on Culture Matters, let's talk art. Don't miss it.
画画嘛，就是一辈子和一瞬间的事情。必须的，或者生活在那个环境当中，然后就不要太在意的去，一定要记住这。
Originally from Shanghai, Anne Yen graduated from Shanghai Theatre Academy. In the U.S., she earned her Master's of Fine Arts at New York University and specialized in oil painting at the Art Students League of New York. She is now a visiting professor at Shanghai Theatre Academy.
我现在一般的情况就是观察或者生活在那个环境当中，然后就不要太在意的去，就是我要画就必须画，没有人可以告诉我要怎么画。
Anne's diverse experience enables her to switch freely among a range of pursuits, but painting has long been the center of her creative world. She remains devoted to exploring and expressing herself through her paintbrush.
A lot of it's just basically gray, black, and white. But you always have a little red in it. When I was growing up, it was very bleak, kind of like sad because of the era. But people always have hope for their future. So I must have the red.
Anne Yen's is just one of many art exhibitions in Shanghai. The city's creative atmosphere invites us to question art's possibilities. For instance, how does someone become an artist? How do we teach and understand art? What are the goals of art education?
Now we have the artist herself, Yen正An, here with us in studio. It's good to see you again. Same here. So how many years of work is that? Over the last 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
So you've been painting for quite a while now.
Ever since I was a little child.
When we talk about art and art education, we talk about film art, performance art, being a musician, being a fine artist, art across the board. But what you do is that you actually work across the board. Why and how? I mean, blatantly, why?
I was born to a family with many artists.
Okay.
Ever since I can remember, I was in the family, everybody was painting or listening to music or writing calligraphy. So to me, that's a way of life. When I woke up, people are painting. When I went to bed, people are still painting. When I was eating, they asked me to hold my bowl to be their model. So to me, it's a way of life.
So it's the same to you, being an actress, being a film producer, director, and being a painter. It's the same skill set for you across the board.
Well, from a very early stage, those seeds were planted in my, mind.
Okay.
So I grew up with that kind of a life has to do with art.
Right. I know this is a little bit strange to ask, but that's here it is.
No, this is something that I want to talk about.
One of your favorites?
Yeah.
I know it's strange to ask because it's like asking who's your favorite child, but
it's true. All my artwork, the ones that I keep,
right?
I felt they are my children. This painting is one of the series that I did about 8 years ago when I just moved back from the States to Shanghai. And then home Shanghai to me is so important after many years abroad.
Yeah.
So I have a series called Hometown. All these are very gray. It was in my memory because my town of my home now has changed to the point I can hardly recognize. So these are
By
all...
then you'd been away for 20 years?
Yes.
Right.
But these are all in my head.
Right.
I didn't need any kind of like a photograph or going to sketch on the street. It's a bit of abstract that I don't want to make it all realism because that will become so easy for people to interpret.
But this is ink painting, right?
This is the ink.
Right.
So